Get right to breaking news out of Prince George's County. The Bladensburg Police Department is investigating after they say a suspect attempted to run over police officers using their car. Police fired shots in return. We're told that happened overnight along 57th Avenue in Bladensburg. The incident ended up on Good Hope Road in Southeast DC after a police chase.
Katie Kairos joining us now live with the latest. Katie, police just wrapped up a press conference. What's the latest?
That's right. Police just told us more about what happened late last night. It was just before midnight when police arrived and this all ensued. We now know that 3 officers actually fired shots at a suspect who was in a car as he rammed into a police car and then attempted to ram a second. And this actually kicked off a very dangerous high-speed chase into Southeast DC in which the suspect, the hood of his car was actually open. It was confirmed by MPD to be a stolen car, so he almost couldn't see out of his windshield and drove at high speeds and was finally apprehended in Southeast DC. But we got a look at the scene on 57th Avenue earlier. This is the original scene where police were called at 11:51 last night to come investigate because a caller said there were 2 men in full ski masks who were tampering with cars along the road. When they arrived, one of the suspects ran. He was later apprehended. The other suspect got into a car and then drove at the police. And the police say they gave verbal commands for him to stop and show his hands, but he did not listen and he rammed into one police car, causing damage, and then attempted to ram a second. The chief characterizing what he was driving as a 4,000-pound weapon, essentially running at police. And then that kicked off a high-speed chase in which Bladensburg police gave chase, and that suspect, as I said, with the hood still open, just inches that he could see through his windshield, heading into D.C. So police then apprehended him. The chase ended at the 2300 block of Good Hope Road in Southeast D.C., and the chief is calling it a miracle that no other drivers were injured and no pedestrians were injured at that scene.
This individual was clearly intended on running over our officers. He rammed one of our cruisers and attempted to ram a second cruiser, but that officer was able to graciously move over and allow this individual to get around him, to prevent collision to the rear of his vehicle. So he sent a strong message to us that he did not intend to obey or comply with any of the officer's commands, and he clearly wanted to make his escape good by any means necessary, to include running over my officers.
Now, the suspect who was in the car and fled in that chase was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries that did come from gunshot wounds when those 3 officers opened fire. And there's no word on how many bullets they fired yet. Some more details like that. We're going to be getting more of that. But police have confirmed that both suspects are not from Bladensburg or from Maryland. They are from D.C. and that suspect in the chase was driving a stolen car. So the chief said that he expects felony charges will result from this, and we are still waiting on the identities of those suspects. Allison and Marcella, back to you.
Good information so much. Thank you so much, Katie.